Let's have a tutorial on a split tool in SolidWorks. I want to use this tool to divide a large model in SolidWorks into smaller pieces so that I can fit them in my 3D printer. Hi, I'm Dr. Iman. Welcome to MechCADemy. This tutorial is related to 3D printing and also CAD modeling, but the purpose of this tutorial is not actually 3D printing. However, I want to use a slicer to show the issue and then how I want to solve the issue. I have a big model that you can see here. It's a plate, a very simple plate with several holes in it, and this is the base plate that I have for my slicer. My printer is Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon, and the belt size is 256 cubic millimeter. I have imported the STL file of the model into the slicer for Bamboo Lab. It's called Bamboo Studio, and you can see that the model is bigger than the belt plate. What can we do to fix this issue? Bamboo Lab slicer has already some tools we can use. For example, one of them is this tool that is called Cut. We can cut this in different sections. We can definitely use this. However, I want to actually focus on the tools that we have in SolidWorks to do this. What I want to do, I want to slice or split this model into smaller pieces and then one by one bring them into my slicer and then create the G-code for each one of them and then print each one of them separately. So let's just go to SolidWorks. This is our model in SolidWorks. You have the plate here. I want to cut this into several pieces. So now I'm just gonna do some measurements. I have already created a shortcut key for measurement. When I hit Q, I can measure the lengths. If I click on this one, it says 279.4 millimeter. So it cannot fit into the belt plate in my printer. If you also do the measurement on this edge, you see 279.4. So the best way to slice this into smaller pieces is to actually make it into 4 divisions. I can just slice this or split this all in at the center. However, I have a lot of holes at the center. I don't want the slice to pass through the holes. Let's just make some sketch. Okay, click on the surface and then make it, and then Control 8 to make it normal to the screen, and then make some lines. I want to use 2 lines as a slicer. So I want to use the first line to go from the top edge here and then end at the bottom edge here, and then I want to make another line from here to here, and then I want to add some dimensions just to make sure that they are in the right spot. They are away from the holes. So I want to add the distance between this line and the center of this hole equal to 8.5, and the distance between this line and this center hole here to be 12.75. I'm done with the sketch. So now I want to use the split command. So here I can just click on this sketch. As you can see, it is already highlighted. One way to do the split command is to go from Insert and then go to Features, and then here there is a split command. That's one way. Another way is to use this bar here. I want to use this bar because you can actually learn a new method and you can use it for any command. When you click on this drop-down menu, it gives you several options. One of them is commands. If you click on commands and then write a split, it brings you the split command, and then you can select it. And now you can see that you have a split command and there is a trim tools, which is sketch 9. So the next is amazing. Okay, take a look. If I hit cut part, it will do the cutting for me. Now you can see that it has created 4 sections that are separated. I can click on this auto assign titles, and then this will create new titles for each one of them. If I click on the check mark, it will create 4 separate SolidWorks part file, and it will automatically save all of them in my work folder. If you don't like this and you want to name it yourself, you can just double click on each one of them and then name it. So Now you have a new window. In this new window, you can name it as top right. Okay, this just created the top right. And now if I click on this check mark, it will create all those parts for me. Now there's a split command. You can also right click on it and edit it, use different sketch, whatever you want to do. To double check that we have all the files, we can go to the working folder, and now you can see that there are 4 parts top right, and then I didn't change the name of the other 3. Please note that slicing a large model into smaller pieces for 3D printing is one of the applications of a split command. Let's go through some other applications for this useful command. A split command can use to separate different parts of a model for multi-material printing or manufacturing. For example, if a part needs different material for specific sections, splitting the model allows each section to be made from the desired material. Another application of a split command is creating mold tooling. When designing molds, the split command can divide a model into core and cavity components. It helps in creating proper mold halves for injection molding or other casting processes. The next application of this useful command is slicing a model for finite element analysis. You can split complex geometries into simpler, manageable sections to apply different materials, different mesh, different boundary conditions in your FEA analysis. It can also make meshing easier and more efficient. A split command can also be used for geometry simplification that you might need again for your FEA analysis.